Hey again. Your guide a light to help you through the night. So hopefully, I know I've probably said this, but I'm going to say it again. Your thoughts affect the way your life is. If you focus on the negative, you're going to get negative. If you focus on the positive, you're going to get positive. The way you talk about yourself is going to affect the way you feel about yourself. It's going to affect the way other people view you. So you have so much power within you, and it all starts up here. So you have to learn to clear out your thoughts. When those negative voices come, no, not today, not today. I'm not going to play the nasty, dirty game of I can do it, no I can't, I can do it, no I can't. And that reminds me of that song, anything you can do, I can do better. No you can't, yes I can, no you can't, yes I can. You see how you can just keep going around and around like a merry-go-round? So do yourself a favor, and every morning you get up, tell yourself, today is going to be a wonderful day. Today, and I'm going to warn you, when you start doing this, you're going to have things just flying out the woodwork to be like, no, it's not. You have people pulling out in front of you, people pissing you off, people shutting doors in your face. Things aren't working out in your favor. You might lose your house, you might lose your truck, you might lose everything going on in your life. But you still have to walk through that fire with the mindset, hell can't last forever. Hell can't last forever. And it's going to be what you make it. I know that's really hard to hear, especially when you're dealing with loss, because it's hard to work really hard for something and lose it. I get it. But understand that when you're having things taken away from you, it's almost like give the devil his gift back, because things that you were possibly given didn't come from a pure source. They didn't come because you necessarily earned them. They might have come to confuse you and make you feel like you're blessed, when in reality you're accepting things from toxic people, and that's a way to keep you trapped in that cycle. And I was talking to a friend last night that is about to lose their truck, and I had to say, give the devil his gift back, and it made me go, about things in my life. There's been things that have come to me that I didn't realize they weren't necessarily from the divine. I realized it after the fact, after they've gone away, because oddly, better things come and replace those things. And that's with relationships, careers, finances, even down to what you're driving, what you're laying your head on. They're friends that you have, family that you lost, just different things. And that all comes down to the simple fact of how are you reacting to what is happening in your life. Because if you're overreacting, you're going to have more chaos coming in, because the universe is like, oh, you like to be a drama queen. Oh, you like to overreact to everything. Let me give you more of that, because you're real good at it. That's the energy I keep getting off of you. But if you're more chill about it, like, yeah, it is what it is, I'm not going to die over this. I'm not going to fall apart. I might struggle a little bit. Life might get harder, but you'll find your strength in that. And then you'll actually realize your creativity pops out. You have the ability to maneuver through obstacles a little bit easier. You might get help that you would have never thought that you had, that can actually set you on a path to something that's more prosperous for your life. So you have to realize that when things are falling apart for you, they're actually coming together, and there is that in between. And that's even in my life right now. I will tell you, my life has been like, what the hell is going on? I don't know if I'm going to make it through this. I don't know. And I'm just like, it is what it is. I can't sit here and stress over it, because the only thing I'm going to do is alter the chemistry of my body, make myself more worried, have sleepless nights, want to overindulge and do things that my body's going to hate me for. Make bad choices. And that's the fear factor in it, right? That's the side that the dark side wants you to play into. Because the more you play into the dark side, the more you stay low. The more it almost like encases the ability for humanity to rise back up. Because you have to look at things that are heavy in energy. They weigh it down, right? Compared to the things that are light, they float up. You have to look at it like helium and matter. Matter is heavier, right? So when it comes down to it, you've got to quit looking at the situation for what you believe it to be and allow space for it to become what it's supposed to be. Because the more that you reflect on what it is, like I said, you're attracting that from the universe, and it's going, well, you're thinking about it nonstop. I guess you want it. And that's when it comes to the negative side. The different side is when it's positive. The more you think about it, you're repelling it away, because it's like you just keep focusing on it. You're not even showing me that you really want that, because you're not doing anything else with your life. And I'm very guilty of that. I have the tendency to not like set my intention, think about it, feel the energy, and then let it go. That is the one way to attract it to you. Now, like I said, when it comes to negative aspects, it seems that we focus on those really hard. Oh, this bill is due and I don't have the money for it. Or, oh God, I got to go here and I said yes and I didn't really want to. And then you're beating yourself up. Rather than going, I already said yes. Just go see if I have a good time, right? If you don't have a good time, then next time just say, no, thank you. I appreciate it, but I'm busy. Well, even if you're not, you can sit in bed and not be busy, but you're busy. I mean, sometimes you got to wash your hair, right? We can all find reasons to be okay with saying no. But we also have to be okay with being able to let go. And that's the hardest part, right? Being able to let go. Because it's almost like when your kids are growing up, for those of you that have them, and say they're going off to college. Hold on, sorry. They're going off to college, and all of a sudden you have that empty nest syndrome, and you're like, oh, I've got to fill all these voids, instead of realizing, I finally have freedom. Like, I can sleep in. I don't have to clean the house. I don't have to harp on others to take care of their responsibilities. I can go on a vacation. I can take myself to the movies. I have extra time to put into myself. Like, these aren't the things that we as adults consider, especially when we're so accustomed to taking care of others. When we're used to being the provider and we have neglected ourselves for so long, it's hard to accept the fact we now have freedom. Some people are just like, bye, see you, there's your luggage, go, hi, you have a good time. And they go on and they live their life and they're just in a state of bliss. It doesn't mean they block their children out. They still come and go as they need to, right? But that parent has not said, oh God, life's over, I don't have a purpose anymore. Sadly, I found myself doing that with my kids because they have their own lives, right? And then I'm just sitting here like, well, I guess I'm not mom anymore and I don't really know what to do. And one day I just had to be like, girl, you finally got time. You can soak in the bathtub. You can put on a face mask. You can work out. You can take a walk. They even take a walk with me. But it's certain things that I didn't realize because I was so accustomed to being their caregiver. And now the hardest part is saying, I've taught you how to take care of you. You do that, trusting them. But it all still leads back to a way of thinking. Because like I said, I had to alter the way I was thinking. Instead of me feeling like my children were abandoning me, I had to turn around and go, I've raised them to make it. Oh, no, I've got time to do me. That's exciting. I never thought I would have been like, oh, you'll have fun. Be careful. Be safe. Just have fun. I'll see you when I see you. Because I know that they'll be safe because they're smart. I helped them to learn how to look around and avoid toxic people. I've helped them to learn to stand up for themselves. I've helped them learn to feed themselves. There's so many things we as guardians are meant to teach them. And a lot of times we get trapped in our heads because of our daily constraints. But like I said from the very beginning, you've got to start being able to change the way that you're thinking. And it's okay. You're going to feel like you are being a hypocrite. You're going to feel like you're doing things that you didn't agree with in the past. But that's the thing about change and growth. You're supposed to change. You're supposed to learn the lessons and start moving forward and making better choices. So yes, the things you were okay with that were toxic, as you begin to go, no, I don't want that. I'm not comfortable with that. People will be like, you didn't used to be like that. No, I was living in the dark and now I see the light. It's not good for me. It might have been okay for the old me, but it's not okay for me now. And it's okay to allow yourself to change in that light. And if you're around people that are telling you, oh, you've changed, and you look at them and say, yes, I have, and you haven't, then it's time to cut ties. It's time to give them their space, to allow them to live their life however they're going to live it, so they don't affect your life in the way that you think. Because negative people that hold on to being negative, they're contagious. It's that one spoiled fruit destroys the bunch. What is it? I don't know how I don't know this now. One rotten apple spoils the bunch. However it goes. You know what I'm saying. When there's something nasty on the vine, it starts leaching. It affects you. So this is where you have to learn to protect yourself from outside energies and sources, from limiting contact with them, to allow yourself the ability to readjust your way of thinking. Because as you're trying to readjust it, like I said, you're going to have people coming in trying to provoke you and get you to do things that you're not okay with anymore. That's helping you to have a backbone. That's helping you to see your worth. That's helping you to see your value, and for you to be like, no, I'm good. And I'll stand here alone as long as I have to, till I attract others that are getting into alignment with who I'm becoming. Because, like I said, you're going to feel like a hypocrite. You're going to feel like somebody that you said something and now you don't stand for it. But if it's something that is better for your life, guess what? You're learning and you're growing. Good job. Because not everybody does it. Not everybody wakes up and goes, I'm not happy and I'm going to work to change that. How do I start? With your mind. Because your mind is the most powerful tool that you possess. Use it wisely. Because that saying, use it or lose it, it applies to every factor of your life. So I'm going to leave it on that note and talk to you later. Peace, love, and light. Bye-bye.